3,000, know where it's coming from. 2 police stations, they've already gotten 2,000 votes. That is a true police station. We are talking of 152 police stations.
But you know,
so they did all these things. We went to court. I said, Tuesday, I wish your people will be there on editing 13th. We will expose them. They are fraudulent people, NPP.
Kasana, mema nentwemi, woman wo twemi ensa. Obeman wo twemi ensa do mahene, obema otumfo wo twemi ensa. Na wo aman ofui ensia, ofui ensia.
Okay, FM. Okay. 101.7.
Abwana oyin e ojam fra mabasa basa no. Ah. Eti tese bokun sensem no a na ekoso no. Do mahene e ofra ho.
Yemo bibi akwa ba na inform Mega TV and platform we eso. Dr Zaato, political analyst or NPP ni tatafi. O chirimo so political analyst. On a computer, yes, Tanko, deputy director of IT, Edima, NDC, or some election, deputy director of elections and IT. Now, already, and ana on a doctor or manabu amanya coupon for the crazy. Omo eye magika yakopon bo omo a omo wini election 2024 yi but ne doctor man bo mani ho akoka computer Dr Tanko anase Tanko G-Tech for say only doctor ana bibisa okay I don't know on Solomon Owusu director of communications at the UP United Party clâshed no ma clâshed e wo den ho ni na eye and draw ruling na free Supreme Court ebaye efa Kpandai rerun ehun abusia say Solomon Owusu ebisa NPP for say embra afanyoma akinko gina ho no poka say court na dan kangaroo no ene tennis tie ene so adan kangaroo ana question is there etene Dr Zaato to no na ketrema e tware wona num tachema e tware wona num hu di oka why you frustrated onim ni oka why you completely confused gentie nkomodidie ni ebi meso so do comment betum na wa like idumade na wa share na fofo anye bi ahwe sense hanom eya number 1 authentic platform ani die ma wada roma mesra wada o hwe na o subscribe so nya subscribe ya na wa like e dia mayo na wa share na foforo etimi enye bi ahwe yakopon enkan ho na onhira papa bida do bibias yenko ne ntinse no amfam
a party to a suit has not been served because this was a filed or notice that you are supposed to notify all parties involved. So if a party to the suit has not been notified, then it only makes sense that they are notified properly. So it was right. It's not anything that is out of this world. It is just a normal thing that has happened. But I believe that a slap inevitably yours, you collect it fast. You understand? The slap is yours, you take it fast. I have said time with that number ever since the seat was declared vacant that I would rather advise Nyindam not to invest heavily in this election. He must save his money because now the wave in the country favors the National Democratic Congress. It is their time, and so any election, even if you don't take strongholds, either two places that we thought were strongholds of some political parties, if by chance there is a by-election and you don't take the NDC, who snatch it. But it is also, it must be a source of concern to the National Democratic Congress that the people of this country are giving you all that you need, the tools to deliver. It means the Ghanaians expect a certain outcome from all the votes, all the MPs that they are giving to you. They expect that there will be constitutional amendments. They expect that certain things that we have complained about, for instance, election of MMDCs and so on and so forth, the overwhelming majority that the party is having will be used to reconsider these positions and better or shape our narrative very well. But you see, in this world, it's very interesting. A couple of weeks ago, you were here when we heard Afenyo Markins bastardize the judiciary. You heard him. Mm-hmm. In fact, they went to the extent of calling them kangaroo courts. And yesterday, when I heard the very same NPP lawyers in court coming out of the Supreme Court room and praising the judges, I said, wait, what sort of word are we in? Only a couple of weeks you were standing behind the minority leader bastardizing the judiciary. Why? Because a ruling has been given. You know, they are in Supreme Court, not on the substantive matter, but on technicalities. Right, that the date for which the plaintiff filed,
it's supposed to be 21 days and it was done 32.
So they are not attacking the judgment itself.
Oh, but they said they disagreed with the High Court.
They have never disagreed anything. They agree with it. They should just let us move on and then. But what I want to point out this one is that you just said that these judges were kangaroo, and today you are saying you are grateful, they are very good, the rule of law is working.
So they are being.
I hope and pray that tomorrow they will not come back and tell us kangaroo. When they begin to do that, then the forces of conscience will begin to rise. That look, you cannot be pussyfooting. From where I sit, I believe that the court has started doing what is right under the able leadership of Justice Paul Bafuboni. Maybe the Ghanaian wasn't wrong. Maybe the Ghanaian wasn't wrong in settling on Justice Bafuboni. So that the New Patriotic Party that boycotted his nomination or his vetting, you remember they boycotted it.
But it wasn't Ghanaians who vetted him. It was a member of Ghanaians in parliament.
No, but the parliamentarians are representing all of us. Whatever decision they take there, it must come from us. It must not be from them. So whatever decision they take, it is presumed that it represents the entire country. And I'm saying that the Parliament of Ghana vetted Justice Paul Bafuboni and endorsed his nomination. They approved of it before he became the Chief Justice. Now the party, the minority party that boycotted his vetting, that claimed that this man was not going to be fair, who put together this team of judges, Puaman, Kolende, Esiedu, Amadou Tanko. Remember what they said about Puaman during the committee hearing of Justice Tokonu? They took him to the cleaners. And here was Puaman, and here was Esiedu, and here was Amadou Tanko sitting on the very case, going through the motion and saying that no, suspend this rerun. You see how beautiful the word is? And these people that showed Justice Bafuboni comes back and say that we are so grateful. You are so grateful.
So you're accusing the NPP of being hypocritical.
This one, you don't need any Solomon to tell you. No, my name is Solomon. They are so hypocritical that we must not be entertaining some of this hypocrisy. If you want to be hot, be hot. If you want to be cold, be cold.
But what is wrong with, we have freedom of speech and expression in Ghana's constitution. What is wrong with disagreeing with something when you don't feel convinced about it? So freedom of speech
must also come with responsibility. Was there the need for the minority to have described the judiciary as being kangaroo? Was there the need? What changed between the period of your press conference and the last ruling? For which reason you have made a 360-degree turnabout and say that the judiciary is good. And that's what I'm saying, that I'm putting this caveat there. That we don't want to hear them say tomorrow that the Supreme Court or the judges are biased. When they do that, they don't mean well.
Earlier, you were saying that a slap that is yours must be taken very fast. So the slap was for which one?
No, the slap, I have said that Nyindam must not invest in this election.
Okay, so it was for Nyindam.
Any attempt, if they will give them a landslide, he will lose by a whooping difference. And so I believe that maybe the court can save the situation for him. It is the time of the NDC. It is 2028. That the United Party will put up formidable candidates across the 276 constituencies in this country, and that is where we will give the National Democratic Congress the match of their lives.
You know what, the statement you just made,
yes,
that of course the way it favors the NDC, like you're saying,
yes,
but when it comes to Kpandai, Musa Dankwa poster says that yes, it's too close to call, but the current survey favors the NPP.
Let me tell you something. Chusubidi, you know Chusubidi?
Which one is that?
Musa Dankwa has expressed an opinion, percentages here and there. If the election are taking place on the 30th of December, Mind you, the date is what? 30th of December. It's within the Yuletide period. I'm a Ghanaian. I have been in politics for a long time. I am on the ground. Who would not love to eat chicken during Christmas? Did Musa Danko factor in those that are going to eat chicken during Christmas? In this country, Beatrice, if you like say that you want to be the president of this country and begin to move from house to house and ask them, are you going to vote for me? All of them will tell you they will vote for you. Because this is a country that we never want to offend the sensibility of anybody. You are going to vote during Christmas and people are of expectation and you say, Musa Danko says it's too close. It is never too close. It is nowhere close. And I can tell you that few days to the elections, Musa Danko will come and say that it looks like NDC will take it. These are some of the jargons.
Dr. Zaato, this morning I saw you very excited. I don't know whether Mr. Owusu has burst your bubble already with his analysis of things.
I'm happy that Tanko Rashid is here. He doesn't have any bees things. The bees chased some people away. He said he was there, but I think he was saved by the wrath of the gods. So I'm happy for his life. That is why I'm happy. Sometimes if the gods don't approve of what you are doing, they send bees to come and chase you away. So I'm just saying, thank God for the life of my brother Tanko Rashid here. That you were there, right? And when the bees were coming, what did you do? Did you hide? I want to know your escape plan.
I declined the invitation.
No, I'm just saying. You are not surprised. How did he escape the bees attack?
Well, you attacked by the bees.
I said that's why I declined his invitation.
He said he attacked his Mustafa Gbande, but that why? Because Mustafa Gbande doesn't have the powers he has. we have to investigate. National security must investigate the bees.
But the bees they can't produce honey for us. They can only attack human beings.
They came with honey. That's why the bees were there.
Village bees.
Village bees. So that's why I'm happy.
Yeah.
But look, the elders have spoken. The Supreme Court has done what sometimes you expect the Supreme Court to do. They have come in as the elders. The children, and by the children I mean the politicians, both political parties, parliament, all those, they have had their say. The Supreme Court, and I'm happy. I always prefer this amount of calm when there's a Supreme Court ruling. That they are the elders, they're the final arbiters. That whenever they come and speak, the whole country should be able to take a sigh of relief. That the whole country should be able to sit down and say, okay, the elders, because we after sober reflections. Remember, politics is all about interest, rational self-interest. So no politician will come and whatever they are doing or will come and tell you that what they are doing that's not, it's an interest. So the NDC has a vested interest and the NPP has a vested interest. That interest has been transferred to Parliament. The parliamentarians also have their interest. The majority leader in Parliament and his leadership have a responsibility to increase their numbers, to protect their numbers. The minority leader and his leadership also have a responsibility to protect their leaders and to carry it on. Both, so it's about interest. The only people who are not supposed to have interest or who don't have any interest at all is the Supreme Court. They're the only people that can say that we can say whatever we say, we can rule whatever and damn the consequences. And this particular ruling has done that. So you can say, thank you for the Supreme Court for at least for the short time we know that we will spend Christmas without all the noise. The people of Kpandai will spend their Christmas in peace without all the Land Cruisers, the Pajaros, the big cars making noise and disturbing them. They will spend their Christmas in peace. But there's something strange about the ruling from a non-legal perspective. It's a win. It seems to be a win-win-win for everybody.
Okay.
Now, usually, I find that strange because most court rulings are a lot winners and losers. But this seems to be a win-win for all. One, you saw the lawyers of Honorable Nyindam yesterday happy, thanking the court for obviously staying this and pray that. And they went ahead to say that based on that, they think that the final case, they have merit and that they can win. Now, you also seen the NDC members, especially my brother here, Rashid Tanko, very happy. So one ruling, both are happy. It cannot be so. There has to be a reason why, because they all have the same interest. They all have the same. They all want the seat. So both of them cannot be happy about the ruling. That is now where you now begin to see where these conjectures and conspiracies are coming. For him, he's saying that the NPP has just delayed their defeat. So the idea is that...
points Mr. Owusu made.
Yes, but now you made a point. Current polling actually shows that the NPP candidate has momentum. Current polling shows that if elections were held today, he will win.
Just a slight...
yes, that's momentum. That's what I'm saying. Current polling shows that he has a momentum. Shows that he is ahead. Shows that he has the favor of the people. So the argument then is that this ruling may help the longer it gets, it may erode that goodwill. So from that perspective, you can then celebrate. There are people that are saying that it is just a ruling that will help the NDC in the long run because they have grounds to make. Remember, he lost about 3,000 votes, and the contested ones had only 500, so about 10,000. So if you take it, so they have to make up that number. So from that perspective, it looks like it is the one only buying time for the NDC to catch up.
Already, Musa Dankwa said that it was too close to call. And I remember after he released that survey, I spoke to him and he said that things could still change.
Of course, the polling is I understand. You go to a poll, you take a poll of how events will be now. The question is if election, the question you ask if election were held today. Elections are not held today. But I'm saying that polling also always gives you kind of a roadmap going forward to see where am I standing from. And sometimes polling is one of the things that helps you to know whether you should invest in this election or should not, because it gives you an idea. So if he had goodwill, and that same poll says that people like him, he's a likable person, he's on the ground, the people like him, the people admire him, and the people like his way. Because another thing they said was that he's a very vocal person in parliament. This guy, the other guy, was in parliament for a very long one of the, like, nobody hardly heard about him. So he had some very good attributes, the likability issues, the representation issues going for Nyendam. So the argument then is that it is this ruling will, in the favor, help provide more time and probably more ammunition. For instance, Rashid Tanko here would have preferred to sit at home and spend Christmas with his family. He may only go there on the last minute. Now, if we extend it, he will shop the Christmas and New Year and finish. Now you have full time to go and be there, you know. So that is on their side. The other side then is that the NDC intentionally did not go up to do this because they knew that they need more time. That if it comes now, they will lose. Either way, if you look at it, that their candidate is not very popular, it's not very likable, it's not the grounds enough. So let's buy more time to repackage him and to remarket him and then send him there.
But you heard the argument of Mr. Owusu.
Yes,
that's
yes.
The wave favors NDC.
But the polls do not favor them in this. I'm talking about the poll. I don't know how you measure wave. I have no statistic to measure wave, but I have statistics to measure poll. And there's a current poll. There's a current poll. Are you poo-hooing Musa Dakwa? Are you poo-hooing him? Are you saying he's not done a good job?
Well, but I have given you my statistics. I'll give you the
publish them. Publish your statistics.
It will be a landslide victory for the NDC president.
That's a conjecture, it's not statistics.
Which one is the conjecture?
You said it will be a landslide.
Don't worry.
So my point is that we can proceed based on what we have. No. A poll can end up, but right now, the poll says that momentum is on the side of Nyendam, that he's likable, he's vociferous, defends his people, and he's the man on the ground. And that's it. Of course, it's a by-elections, and I know. If you look at some of the budgets being thrown around, as what happened in Equatia, you can just imagine a constituency like Equatia, Kpandai, if that amount of money enters there, money can move mountains.
Yeah.
If Mohammed will not go to the mountain will go to Mohammed. And I know Rashid Tanko is they will go there with the money and it can change things. And that is probably also why the extension seems to be excited. Because I've never seen somebody this excited that what he wanted to use it has been taken away from them.
He's here, Mr. Tanko. Is it true that you're very excited because you thought you were going to lose, so this gives you time to
is it true that the beast chased him first?
Let me say good morning to the good people of Kpandai. It's a beautiful place. They are my neighbors. I love them. Kpandai is a very beautiful place. I'm sure these days my good friend Dr. Zaato and Solomon will make time to visit.
No, you will come
Kpandai is a nice. I love them. They are nice people over there. I've been there severally, and then they are happy that we are coming to have this rerun. I mean, to correct the wrongs that was perpetuated by the NPP and then with their crooked supporters from the Electoral Commission. I mean, the judge in his ruling made copious reference to some of these fraudulent activities that was perpetuated. I'll just give you an example. Like, if you look at the general election, the threshold for each polling station was 750. You're not supposed to get more than 750. I mean, at each polling station, that was the highest you could get in terms of register voters for each polling stations. In Kpandai, the judge in his ruling made reference to that. Some polling stations voted up to 1,400.
Hey.
Yes. That's the thing they are not telling people. I'm saying people who expose them big time, come 13th. They're just lucky that we're not in court yesterday because they didn't service. We're not served.
Because they said they were finding it difficult, which is why the court granted the substituted service.
I am saying that the NPP lawyers are lazy people. The gentleman is in Kpandai. He's busy campaigning. He has no business being in Accra. He wants to reclaim his seat. You want him to come and be cooling off in Accra? He's in Kpandai campaigning. We were with him. This beast in here he's talking of, he was there.
But the court saw reason in
I'm saying that is right. It's part of the legal, I would call it legal gymnastic. You go and pretend that you have been looking for Dr. Zaato, you are not getting him. So they should give you window to go for substituted service. And they adduce, because your other partner, Zaato, is not there to argue it out. Then the court will say, okay, we have seen you are suffering to get him. Go through this route to get him. That one there is part of the legal process. We have no qualms with that. But they are lazy people. Because the man is there. He's a responsible man. Wakpal is a very young man, very responsible. He's been an MP before. For the past 2 years, he has not traveled out of the country.
Dr. Zaato says you're trying to repackage.
I am saying that the gentleman is loved by the people in Kpandai. Now, the judge saw through these tricks that the NPP connived with the Electoral Commission to rig the election. 1,400, one polling station, another 1,200. So when they are talking of 3,000, know where it's coming from. 2 polling stations, they've already gotten 2,000 votes. That is a true polling station. We are talking of 152 polling stations.
But you know,
so they did all these things. We went to court. I said, Tuesday, I wish your people will be there on this thing, 13th. We will expose them. They are fraudulent people, NPP. Very fraudulent people. And we expose the fraud. In fact, our lawyers have filed. We have filed an affidavit in opposition to what they are trying to get in the High Court to expose how fraudulent NPP are and their group. We filed a motion, an application on 23rd December 2024, challenging the declaration of the results. Do you know what they did? They went and filed a motion in the High Court, asking the High Court to dismiss our application of 23rd.
You mean the stay of execution?
No, that's what I'm telling you, the chronology where these people are saying how fraudulent NPP are. And when they filed that one and moved the motion on the 6th of January, they came with a further application. In fact, this one was supplementary application. In that supplementary application, which was filed on the 10th, paragraph 8 of it, they brought Gazette notification dated 6th January 2025 that the High Court should rely on. This is the Gazette notification from Electoral Commission dated 6th January 2025 for the Kpandai constituency, and therefore they should dismiss our application. You see how
something that will have to verify.
No, I'm telling you that. You see, today we were exposed. They were lucky we were not in court yesterday. When they did that, we followed them through to file another application challenging what they have brought. Then on 21st, when they moved the motion with that application, which they were trying to tell the court that on the 6th of January 2025, Electoral Commission gazetted the parliamentary election. So we say, oh, if that is the case, then we will also file a discontinuation of our 23rd one that we filed in order to rely on your document that you brought, which the court agreed because you exhibited it, and the Electoral Commission did not challenge it. The Electoral Commission was second respondent to the matter. They didn't challenge it. The 6th January one. So we rely on that one. Discontinue our 23rd. The court awarded cost against NDC, 7,000 we paid for discontinue our 23rd one. You see how hypocrites NPP are. Now and filed a fresh one on 25th based on your 6th January 2025 that you brought NPP.
And indeed, the technicality as you're talking about is the 21 days versus the 32 days.
So calculate 6th January to 25th and tell me how many days.
And these are arguments that will be made in court on 13th.
So I'm telling you that you cannot use this to let the court agree to you that yes, the thing was gazetted on the 6th. You brought it and told the court. The Electoral Commission did not file any affidavit in opposition to what you have brought. And we all agree, case management, we all agree on the 6th January document. So let's start the process. 11 months, we cross-examine the lawyers. That's why I say they are lazy lawyers for NPP who are doing this thing. For 11 months. They will all rely on your document, which is 6th January 2025. You brought it. It wasn't NDC who brought it.
You accuse the NPP of being fraudulent and spelling out what you claim the NPP did during the election period. But if you go to the fundamental issues, the NPP had a problem with the High Court ruling because it said if there are irregularities in 41 polling stations, why annul the entire 150?
That is why I say they are fraud. They are not telling their people the truth. They know. I can let your people put it out there. The written address of their lawyer for Martin Yindam. His written address went to a closing addresses to the court, filed on 14th November 2025. In that one, he made reference to 14 reliefs that were seeking for 14. One of them was nullify all the election results because the violation of Regulation 43 of CI 127 is there. It call for a rerun of the entire election. There was nowhere we said we are going in for only 41. Their lawyer himself made reference to all these things. What are they doing? Why are they punishing their NPP supporters like this? These are the things they do. When they go to court and they dismiss them, then they'll come and be running down the court. Yesterday, I'm happy for them that they were clapping hands for their own people that they ran down. Look at Justice Pwama. I was happy my good friend was talking, and I was expecting Dr. Zaato to talk about it.
You have the opportunity to.
The NPP, you see, they shouldn't be doing these things. This primary school propaganda doesn't help them. And they should stop it. Because they know if somebody take a gun and there's a shot, everybody has seen a shot, pam, and they has killed a human being. Okay? Then we know that you have caused a murder. Then you go to court and said, because the gun has a trigger, I didn't use my finger to trigger the shot. I rather use my foot to trigger. And so therefore they should dismiss the case against us for murder because I didn't use my finger. That is what they are trying to do. That is what they are trying to do. And we will not allow them to benefit from this. We will continue. In fact, they are just deferring their defeat. Let them suspend their defeat. I'm sure because of the Burunya, they want to have some. That's why they have gone to do this kind of thing. It won't help them. They will still get the defeat. We will follow them on the 13th. We will be in court and we will make sure that we advance this, how fraudulent NPP how they have coerced and it, I don't want to use this term. See, Zaato will say, but I'll say they are false representation before the court. That's what they did by bringing the 6th January one and indicating that is the Gazette and the Electoral Commission accepted same. Today, you cannot go to court and say there's another 24th December one. Where is it coming from?
Dr. Zaato, Mr. Tanko Computer is turning the tables on you in terms of you trying to use the Brunya or Christmas to.
Where I come from, we believe in the gods and the ancestors. And if the gods and the ancestors want to punish you or send a message to you, they have different ways. They can use thunder. And they can use beasts. The gods and the ancestors of Kpandai were happy with the unholy activities that he were having there. So you know what the gods and the ancestors of Kpandai did? They unleashed beasts. Everything were broad daylight. So if you, whatever he's saying, if they went to Kpandai, okay, based on pure intentions, if they had the goodwill of the people of Kpandai had, the gods of Kpandai would not release beasts on them. If they went there seeking the welfare and the interest of the people of Kpandai, the gods of Kpandai will not release beasts on them. They went, I'm telling you why, because the gods hate nonsense. The gods hate cheating. The gods hate fraud. And the way the gods will let you know what you are doing is unholy, unfair, and impure is when they release them on you in broad daylight. Where we come from, we know these things happen. So everything he's saying, yes, look, court. You know that mostly I refrain from this because it is about who goes there and say what. There are so many documents. I've seen the 24th Gazette. I've seen it. So you've also seen the Gazette. So it's not about how you go and argue your case in court. So that one day we cannot say because of the no. The documents exist. You have them. I've also seen the reliefs that the NDC was seeking for. And if you look at from relief 1 to, I've said this before, and a lawyer told me, yes, you could go seeking 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, then the last relief the court will give. So yes, it's true that in his reliefs, I have the reliefs here 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5. He was talking about 41 police stations, total 51. But of course, I've also told that the judge now has the right to say that I will give that, I can give that control, and some, because that's why sometimes the judge will throw in any other reliefs that the court wishes. So yes, so but it's true that look, I have the list of 1, 2, 3, 4, But focus on, yes, I'm telling you that the top, I remember I asked this question one day, when lawyers are asking for reliefs, did they arrange them hierarchical in order of importance? I asked this question, somebody said no. Because if it is, then you will say that the most important relief I'm seeking for is the first one. The first one is 41 seats. The second one, 41 police stations, and so on. But I've been told that no. So the court did that. That's what I'm saying, that because they are legal arguments, I will leave that. But I don't think it is now then fair for you to now say that they're being fraudulent. No. Because if you go to court to make your case and you don't win, it doesn't mean they're fraudulent. If they were fraudulent, the court will find them. They are officers of the court. The court will find them. By now, they will be before the General Legal Board. So they are not fraudulent. You go and you make a case. Pardon?
Perhaps it's too early.
No. So far, nothing has demonstrated that any lawyer has been fraudulent in court. That's to say the judges, the High Court hasn't established any fraud. So far, the Supreme Court has not, the Court of Appeal has not, because these are experienced lawyers. I know the terminal lawyer. He was my junior in court, lawyer Sylvester Isang. Nice, smart, intelligent guy. Okay, he made his case genuinely. They don't win the case, they are here. And so I don't know the one with the Supreme Court very well, but I know his son because he was my junior in common. He's a vandal too, you know. And vandals, the truth stands sharp. We always speak the truth and we stand there. So he's a nice, smart, intelligent, hardworking lawyer. The point I'm making is that yes, once the case goes to court, let me say it's a coin toss. Anybody can win, anybody can lose. But I'm saying is that, so we have to go beyond the court. There was once somebody said, let's go to Antoanyama. They have gone to Antoanyama. The gods have rendered their verdict. And the verdict of the gods is that what you are doing is impure, what you are doing is unfair, what you are doing angers the gods. So they release the beast on them. Now, he lives closer. He's considered a little closer to Kpandai. That's why they saved him as a son. So probably they consider him as an adopted son of the place. That's what listen. And they are telling you, don't come back. If you go back, then you meet the wrath of the gods. Because when the gods speak, you must listen. So that is the whole thing.
That is the whole thing you say. So you're saying that the gods have found what the NDC is doing as impure.
Impure, unfair, yes.
And yet you agree with the documents Mr. Tanko Computer says he's seen. You're saying that you've seen those documents.
No, there are documents like the Gazette he's talking about.
Yes.
There's a Gazette of the 24th.
Yes.
So if you go by that, it's there, then you will see that the case that the NPP lawyers are making is meritorious. There's also another Gazette that he's not talking about. So if you also go by that case, his arguments to make is meritorious. The question is, which of the Gazette? I think the High Court chose your one of them. But that is why the Supreme Court is there. The point I'm making is, I don't want to always go into the legal gymnastics because I will fail there, because that's not where I come to the politics. In this case, I come to the gods, because there I know a thing or two about
yes,
them.
But the question I wanted to ask you, the question was that somehow these documents seem to give credence to the argument he's making.
No,
so
they don't.
Would you agree that
they don't give? I've told you, if there are two Gazette documents, one of them gives credence to what the NPP is saying.
Yeah.
Another one gives credence to what he is saying. So they don't give credence to him. So the question the court may say, which one of these gadgets should we agree on? If he says a gentleman agreement, that is what I'm saying. Yes, there could be gentleman agreement, there could be conventions that you say, let's do this. But I don't know whether the court, when they go to court, they will say, okay, let's agree with the 24th December Gazette, or let's agree to this. That I leave that to the court. But that's what I'm not saying it's a coin toss. If the Supreme Court goes with the 24th December Gazette date, then it means that their case has to ensue. If he doesn't go with that and also goes to the other one, it means that the NPP's case too has to ensue. Whatever it is, somebody always want to. But I'm saying that the good people of Kpandai have made a decision, and their God support their decision. That's why they never attacked Nyindam and his people, because they're like, this is our son in whom we are pleased with. But these people are usurpers, and the gods find a way of dealing with usurpers, and that's how they dealt with them.
Mr. Owusu.
So my brother Robert Coleman is currently in the northern region, and the way you are talking about goals and the fact that you can release bees, yes. I know he's constructing a beautiful AstroTurf at Ghana School.
Oh, that's good.
And
the AstroTurf guy.
So,
yes. Yeah.
So
nice
Robert Coleman, take care of yourself.
Oh, no, he's safe. He's doing a good thing. The gods like to do good things. No, nothing will release on him. Nothing.
But if indeed
I've consulted the gods and they say he's safe.
Able to unleash bees.
Yes.
To deal with people that steal elections, then I'm very surprised that from the outcome of what took place at the court, Nyindam has not been attacked by bees. Because the net effect of the ruling from the court is that Nyindam stole the elections. That is the long and short of it. So then the bees are village bees.
Of course.
These bids are discriminatory. These bids are not truthful bids. Because if they were going to go with the truth, they should be attacking not just in them, but anybody from the New Patriotic Party that went there and did a campaign for Nyindam.
In other words, they are not backed by the ghosts.
No, there is no God business here. Look, I have told you. It's a bread and butter matter. Don't let anybody deceive you. I have said, and let me repeat, read my lips. When the election is held today, it will be an emphatic victory for the National Democratic Congress. This one, you don't need any Solomon. Yes, my name is Solomon, but you don't need me here. It is a reality on the ground. It is the reason why, remember, immediately the court pronounced that there has to be a rerun at the high court level. The NPP, through its minority, organized a press conference, passed the judiciary. From there, what did they do? They filed a stay of execution, and they went further to the appeals court and also to the Supreme Court to file certiorari, just to quash the matter. If they were that confident, I have listened to Nyindam in all this. What he's saying is that if the NDC was going to stop sending CEOs, ministers, deputy ministers to Kpandai and do not dash out anything and ensure a level playing field, he will win. And I asked him, Nyindam, were you in this country when Assin took place? In fact, in Assin, anybody that mattered in the New Patriotic Party was there, including President Akufo-Addo. That was the day they went on the stage and said Alan Trevantin will not speak. They took the microphone. You remember that day?
Yes.
But the NDC won that election.
Alan Trevantin was there doing what?
He was
campaigning for the NPP guy.
Of course.
Oh yeah, you know, the NPP blood in him is.
There's no NPP used to be UP metamorphosed into what PP moved into PFP moved to NPP, and the NPP has moved to the UP, which is our party. Now all of you are coming, and at the end of the day, after 31st, now that it has entered into a husband and wife business. You know now they are attacking themselves, Kennedy and the fiancé or the baby mama. You see the blows, the punches.
Don't bring baby mama business to this. What has Kennedy done? This money, what has Kennedy done? You are bringing in his baby mama.
But Adwoa Safo obviously was just declaring her support.
No, but you see, I am so saddened. I listened to Kennedy Japan. I think he has been treated unfairly by the camp of Bawumia. This morning, I don't wish him well in this campaign, but Beatrice, if there is anybody who has been dealt a raw deal by the NPP, there is not that Kennedy Japan. But I dare say,
you said nobody has been
we are not part of the NPP.
After you campaign, they are saying no, you are no more part.
Look, okay. How can anybody look straight into Kennedy Japan and say that he's mad? It has come from the Bawumia camp. How can Adwoa Safo, someone that you have 2 kids, denigrate him?
Solomon, can we not?
But unfortunately for Adwoa Safo, she rather did a campaign for Kennedy Japan.
That's fine. If you could just arrive at the point you.
I suspect
that
it is not personal life. It is campaign. Adwoa Safo made the point that she has 2 kids.
She mentioned it.
With Kennedy Japan. I didn't say.
Yes, but I want you.
So let me link you to the Kpandai.
Yes, I want you to do that and move it.
Let me link Adwoa Safo.
I want you to.
So the line of argument is that, and you remember that Nyindam had also cornered himself with the Bawumia camp. Remember that he's in the Bawumia camp. So yesterday when Kennedy was posed that question, are you going to go to Kpandai to help Nyindam? This was his answer. Well, I don't know the terrain very well. It's not true. Kennedy knows Kpandai very well. Now, by the way the NDC has been behaving of late, they will take the seat. This is a man speaking reality. And I will be very surprised that Kennedy and Brian will support Nyindam, because if you allow Nyindam to go back to parliament, he will go and use it to bamboozle you people and make sure that the delegates of Kpandai vote for Bawumia. So if I am Kennedy, and if I am Brian, if I am Educhum, if I am Kpandai Japan, though I don't know why Kpandai and Educhum are still in the race, I will still call for the NDC to move in swiftly and make sure that Nyindam loses. because it will help them. So that is what we are dealing with.
See what he's doing.
But the point is that
you're giving tactics to people on how to tell
let him land on his point and I'll come to you.
Why would I not land?
Let him land and I'll come to you.
The NPP is UP.
And they're living rent-free. You know that, right?
And you are under us. The truth of the matter is that after 31st, the party is kaput. And we will welcome them. But we will not accept anybody with blood stains. If you go and fight and there are blood on your hands, you will not accept
But from the way you're talking, it looks like you'd accept Kennedy Japan.
Oh, why not?
Okay.
No, he must join us if he really wants to be relevant in Ghana politics. Because the way they have insulted him, 10 sins of Kennedy Japan, all the sins that they are accusing him of, he did it to benefit the NPP.
But he
I have never liked his
MPP.
politics. Is that what?
He also attacked the NPP. There were a lot of things he said that a number of the NPP
Let me tell you
guys
something.
were not happy
All
with.
of us were taken to school to learn sense. You understand? If someone is doing something that is wrong, don't say because you and the person are in the same party, you will not speak about it. That is how political parties get destroyed. Call the person out, let the person change, and it will reform the party. Kennedy Japan called you people out and said, ABC that you were doing. In fact, this morning I have to go and give him an invoice because what I've done here is but I don't wish him well in this campaign. Yes, I don't wish him well in this campaign. But what I'm saying is that
But you haven't directly campaigned for him.
but you know, I was saddened to see Adwa go the way she went. But at the end of the day, if I was in the Kennedy camp, I'd rather wave the white handkerchief because Adwa Safo rather campaign for Kennedy Japan. I'd rather, if I were Kennedy Japan, I would play the emotional keyboard. You see, when Adwa Safo was fighting against Michael Quay, because Kennedy knew that he had something to do with Adwa Safo, he went and supported you, Adwa Safo. You understand? In spite of everything, he came to support you. Now you have an opportunity to remain neutral or support one, somebody that you would benefit between you and Adwa Safo. So Kennedy, in an unlikely event, because in 2028, Alan Chamante will be there. And that reminds me, yesterday there was a powerful summit, Africa summit, that had a lot of beautiful discussions that your people were there. Between Adwa Safo and UB, should Kennedy become president, who will benefit? Knowing very well that he has children with her.
Okay, so I want you to land on your thoughts regarding Kpandai and I'll go to Mr. Tanko.
In London, all that I can say is that Nyendam must keep the small amount of money he has in his bank account. He must not go and play rough with it. He should just save it. There is life after politics, and make sure that he and the family, there is no way if the election, the Supreme Court allows it, he will make any impact.
Mr. Tanko Computer, at the end of the day, you're also looking at the implication or the impact of this on the people. We saw how the court case affected Asin North and the fact that the people were not represented. That's something that the NDC must equally be concerned about.
Well, you see, I am saying that on 13th January, it will be a very beautiful day because we are going to expose them big time. Big time. Look. All along, I have their written address here. The MP, that's what I'm saying, they are lazy people. The written address of the NPP second respondent lawyer, when he addressed the court on the 14th, is here. 14th, in fact, it was filed here. The whole document is here. 14th, look at it, 14th November, at the Tamil High Court, 14th November 2025. That's the written address. Look at written address filed for on behalf of the first respondent by counsel for second respondent. This is his document he filed to the court. They are fraudulent people. When we are going to cite them, we have particulars of fraud that we are going to present to the Supreme Court to see how fraudulent NPP was trying to use the Tamil High Court. And when we stop them, they now run to the Supreme Court and trying to hide behind statutory and trying to use get judicial review. It won't happen. And look, 3 issues were set down for trial at the case management stage, which they participated. This is the document from their lawyers. 3 issues were set out. One was what Dr. Zaato talked about, the 41. The 41 was evidence that will adduce from 8A, that is the parliamentary primary, the one you call pink sheets, that was telling that they got some polling station, 1,400. Dr. Zaato, you were contesting in one of the primaries in your constituency. Do you have any polling station that is up to 1,400? So your people were recording 1,400 in Kpandai. That was the first one. We said whether or not the irregularities and inconsistencies contained in Form 8A, that is what we're talking in the 41 areas. Then
are you saying that the numbers that was those in the register?
The register should not be more than 750. So how can you vote 1,400?
So how is that the problem of the candidate?
But you benefited from it.
No. If you say that the benefited from it, that's one thing. If it is due to the incompetence of the EC and did your agent sign?
Hold on, see.
Did your agent sign?
Let me come. No, you are saying this.
Did they sign?
I'm saying that.
Did the agent sign?
Dr. Zaato, I'll come to you after Mr. Tanko.
Dr. Zaato, listen. You see, I'm afraid this morning you are very nice. Look, that's the first one. Then we have another, whether or not the non-compliance of Regulation 39 of Public Election Regulation 2020 CI 39 vitiate all what has happened in the constituency. And then the last one, whether or not the non-compliance with the Regulation 43 of Public Election Regulation 2020 CI 127 rendered the entire resource of the parliamentary election in Kpandai constituency void. These were the three issues set down for trial. The NPP had no issues with the three issues. They agreed with it. Then we started. The whisk of PM. By February, we have started.
But we heard some of them saying that they didn't, and it was a point I made earlier, that if it is 152, and you have issues in 41, why annul everything?
Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes.
And which one? What did we say here?
The last one.
The last one, what is it talking about?
You're saying that they didn't have issues.
And listen to that one. They are saying that rendered the entire resource. The entire resource, we are referring to what? 152. That's what we are saying. As void. After we have gone through the matter, they've written all these things, our addresses cross-examining, by 24th November, the court has come to conclusion that it is true that all that happened, the irregularity was so wide that it affected 152 polling stations. So we have upheld your application and therefore nullified the election.
And
go
so
for a rerun.
now.
So why would the NPP not tell people we ascended to this and we all went through this and now you are running around in town telling people it's 41 policies?
Beyond this,
and then the last one, I'm saying particulars of fraud. These people are fraudulent people. You came to court with the 6th January 2025 Gazette notification document supporting your motion that they should dismiss our application. We rely on that. The Electoral Commission was there. They didn't say it's not correct. The Electoral Commission was a party to the case. We cross-examined them with the same document, the 6th November, of which the Electoral Commission has no problem. Dr. Zaato, my good friend, Sylvester, you know, he was my junior in the training college.
He was my junior.
Yes. He's a very nice young man. We're very smart and very young man. I know him.
Yes.
But you see, lawyers are smart.
When you collect a lawyer money, he didn't share with you.
I told look for him. You see, lawyers are smart. And in this case, he was trying to play smart.
He's
you get that?
Guy.
Because he saw that they have no case.
Lawyers would always take advantage of which one.
That is what I'm saying. So he came with the 6th January. So MPP should rather be going for them, attacking them, and stop wasting everybody time in court.
So let me get your understanding. I'll come to you very quickly.
Yes.
Let me get your understanding of what the MPP said, that, for instance, and we heard some of the lawyers say even yesterday that they didn't agree that the High Court had jurisdiction over this very matter. If you look at Article 99(1), it says the High Court shall have jurisdiction to hear and determine any question whether a person has been validly elected as a member of Parliament, or the seat of a member has become vacant, or a person, that's B, has been validly elected as a Speaker of Parliament. Okay, this doesn't concern this one. And it says a person aggrieved by the determination of the High Court under this article may appeal to the Court of Appeal. So in this case, we are sticking to 1A, which says a person has been validly elected as a member of Parliament, or the seat of a member has become vacant. How do you understand the argument of the MPP that the High Court didn't even have jurisdiction over this?
They have jurisdiction. When they were filing the motion for the dismissal of our application, they came with a supplementary affidavit supporting that this 6th January was the properly gazetted document. They used that document. So the High Court looked at the document. The Electoral Commission, which brought that document, which gazetted it, didn't oppose that document. So what are you saying? Are you saying that the court didn't have jurisdiction? when the man who brought the gazette is not the Electoral Commission. They themselves were there. They were a party. But they didn't see anything wrong with that gazette. At the time they're setting down the 3 areas for trial, the Electoral Commission lawyers were there. And was saying that, so at that point, if the Electoral Commission raised issue that, look, we didn't gazette the thing on the 6th, are you getting it? January 2024, as brought by the NPP, then the matter would have so much died, finished.
I want to come to you, Dr. Zaato.
But you see, this one, so that's what I'm saying. Who has fraudulently misrepresented themselves in court is the NPP.
Before I come to you, Dr. Zaato, there's a message from, there's no name, but it says the NPP showed weakness in strategic thinking and political decision making. This ruling has clearly favored the NDC. The longer the delay, the more resources can be deployed and the more projects can be executed in the constituency. The NPP should have gone ahead with the election. The margin might well have been marginal.
Look, what I'm saying is that sometimes the gods have a way of speaking.
You are returning to the gods.
Of course, I'm anchoring my presentation today on the gods. That's his problem. That's his problem. Today I'm anchoring my presentation on the gods because the gods have read the verdict. They've changed the NDC of Kpandai and they've told us, stay away with your impure thoughts. Stay away with your fraudulent thoughts. Stay away with your ideas. We don't want you. We want peace. So the gods have already changed them. And now the spirit, so I'm going to the gods. I'm happy they've spared your life and they spared everybody's life. But it's a warning. The gods have told you. In fact, they say that the gods must be crazy. These gods are not crazy. Yeah, these gods have told you that, look, we will not allow this nonsense on our land. But Africans, we must go back to our gods. We've done that and it has led us astray. So they've done that. Thank God they've told you. So next time you want to go to Kpandai, you either come and see me for fortification or you know that this will happen to you again. Because you're my friend, that's why they spared you. The gods have rendered their verdict and they've told the NDC stay out. If I was them, I would just listen to the gods and I would say that. And I would say that we won't go back there again. But I know they will go. And you are right. Where you landed, that is why computer is smiling today. That's why it's happy today. That's why the NDC, I would say that they conveniently made themselves unavailable to be saved. They conveniently they went and hit the guy. That is part of the reason why the beast.
He was
I am telling you that is part of the reason why the beast attacked them. If you want me to decode it, he said when they say activate, this is a code. I'm going to tell the beast attack is a code, and I have the key to unlocking the code. And I'm telling you, he hit. That's why they are telling you, if you are man enough, stand, raise your hand, and be saved. He wasn't man. That is why they brought out the beast.
The man belongs to the NDC, and he says he was campaigning in the constituency.
They saved his life because he's a son. He's close to that place. That is why they have saved his life. The gods have spoken. But the point, look, as I said again, you can go back to these issues. Argue like this. I have seen the affidavit for the 24th. I haven't seen the January 2 affidavit. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It exists. So the question then becomes, if you go to court with 2 affidavits, so maybe the court is the court supposed to choose one? Is the court supposed to choose one? If they are both valid, from what you're saying, you have 2 affidavits in the system.
Well, you'll be based on
2 very valid. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's more of a coin toss at this because if the court accepts any of them, the person will win. Right? They will do that. So that's why I'm saying that it's gone there. But the question is this: for me, I think that there's a convention, a political convention, that people should not be penalized if it is administrative. Listen on them. People stood in line to vote. People left their jobs to go and vote. People left their children to go and vote. People they stood in the blazing sun, in the harmattan weather, some of them for hours to vote. So from that political perspective, I think that courts should be protecting votes cast. Courts should be protecting votes in the system so that you don't take the good ones or you don't let the few dirty votes, who are called in this way, spoil the good ones. If we can all agree, and it has been argued in court that in these 41 police stations, they were dirty. What about the ones that were clean? What about the mother that left the baby in the house to go and stand and start?
You heard what Mr. Tanko
but I'm saying that
if the document indeed is what they presented, then they themselves called
I'm saying
for
that. But ask the question. So if you say, let's say you made a point, you go to a police station and they are supposed to have 700 register. You had your agents there. Did they sign the forms? Did the agents know that there was voting? Did they know that? I'm saying that even if that, because that could be a formal protest, right? If they refuse to sign it at the police and say, hey, we have, because every agent has the register. The register say 100 people. The final results have come. They've collated. They've told you your candidate, if it's 100 people, your candidate has 60. This person has 40, or this person has 70. That's not 100. Did they sign? My point is that if they hadn't signed, that would have been a strong indication of what they are saying. But if you've trained your agent, you will sit here and you boast how well you train your agents. You sit here and you say how much resources you put in them. Did the agents know that there was voting at the polling station? Then why did they sign? Did they register a protest at the polling station? So I'm saying that, look, this shenanigans is trying to bring here, they happen. But the bigger point becomes that your agents knew. Did they let you down? Are you now trying to do some recovery? At the end of the day, people, mothers, pregnant mothers stood in line to vote. Nursing mothers left children to go and vote. People left their family to go and vote. My point is that it's dangerous when you start quashing all these votes. There's a political idea that keep the good ones. If we could, in this case, it was possible for us to extricate the poisoned votes and leave the healthy ones. We didn't do that.
Let me give you
an example.
So at the end of the day, I'll come to you very shortly.
No, he wants the sign and I'll explain to him. Do you know that the returning officer and the electoral officer ran away from Kpandai to Tamale to do the declaration?
Because that's why they did all this. Because there was violence. I said
they sat in Tamale. There was violence. With the presence of NDC.
There was violence
and did their own thing.
There was violence.
There was no equivalent. They did it in Tamale.
So let me ask you this question before I come back to you, Mr. Tanko, computer. At the end of the day, there are implications. Are you concerned about perhaps credibility issues that may arise as a result of what the court may expose?
Look, as I said, I've made this point here. See, we've been discussing this Kpandai for almost 2 weeks now, so I don't want to sound repetitive. I've said that if Kpandai stands, it may become a test case, and that if Kpandai stands, hooliganism wins. If Kpandai stands, Buga wins. If Kpandai stands, violence wins. We should never let people refer to Kpandai, the Kpandai model. What is the Kpandai model? There's a Kpandai model here. If you are losing, storm the coalition center. That is a Kpandai model. Stop the coalition center, prevent it from happening, and pray and hope that your party wins too, and then you go to court. Because I've said that the moment you enter into court, it's a coin toss.
And I want you to land in 30 seconds.
So the question is that I'm praying for the sake of our democracy, for the sake of the people who sacrifice to go and stand long queues and vote, for the sake of the sanctity of the democracy, we shouldn't let Kpandai become a yardstick or a test case or a case study of how to win the elections through violence.
Mr. Tanko, computer, in 30 seconds, then we'll go to the Boko issue.
I'm saying that.
I'll come to you.
Yes, I am saying the C.
Oh no, I'll let you have your word on it.
I
will let. I'm not done.
Stop threatening the young lady.
No, I will let you have your word.
You see,
Mr. Tanko,
threatening the young woman to give you more time.
There, you see, NPP, I'm saying when they are whistle, just wait, they will sing a song.
You are lucky that the bees paid you. Still they be talking, the whistling. When you whistle, bees
I decline your invitation. You see, this 13th thing is going to reveal a lot of things that Ghanaians are not aware. And I'm saying that we have the document here. That supplementary affidavit, which was filed on 21st January 2025 by the NPP lawyers, where they indicated that the Gazette was on the 6th. It's here. We have 6th January 2025. We have the document. It was filed on 21st January 2025.
Someone deposed to it.
And some they deposed to it. I said that's why. So we expose them. The fraudulent as they are.
We should avoid Kpandaism.
Don't run away from Kpandai. We are going there. We will face with them. So we are ready.
Stopping police stations
I am saying
and
that
hoping to win in court. We should avoid Kpandaism.
We are saying that please, nobody should benefit from fraudulent activities.
And violence
Nobody.
and hooligans, good.
You cannot go to a polling station where we know that the highest you can get is 750, and then you benefit 1,400 from that, 1,200.
Did your people
so
sign?
you now know where they are getting their 3,000 from. 2 polling stations got them almost 2,000, just 2. That's the kind of presentation. That's why they are running away from the ruling, and they are going to Supreme Court and asking for certiorari to quash the whole thing. It won't happen. We are going to defend it, and we have. In fact, our lawyers. Thank you. We have very astute lawyers. Grateful to them. They are doing fantastic. The documents are ready. We are going to file affidavit in opposition to that thing. It won't happen. The election will come.
Mr. Owusu.
So the very reasons Zaato cited that we must not, the judge shouldn't have called for a rerun, must be the reasons why there has to be a rerun. People queued at all to go and vote for a particular candidate. They wish that somebody represented them. Then you had an electoral officer. Mind you, have stated on this your network that until the returning officer that did that is prosecuted, we are likely to have it happen in 2028. That is the only solution to it. It happened in Ablekumanov, the electoral returning officer walking about freely. It happened in Sawam is walking about freely. We must begin to prosecute returning officers. Because this is willfully costing financial loss to the state. If you go back and do the rerun, it means the state is going to
spending more money.
Exactly. But we cannot. The mere fact that you came to steal my rice in my house and I didn't know I met you in front of my house and you invited me to join the food and I ate some, does not mean that when I go inside my room and find out that it was my rice, I will not take you to court for stealing my rice. The court identified the fraud, and the lawyers will tell you fraud vitiates everything. Once fraud has been detected, that is it. By the way, Zaato, do you hear the ghost? This morning, I don't know whether ghost, spirituality or whatever is part of the political science business. Let me tell you, no amount of prayer or God business there will save the day. I was thinking that with Yindam saying that he won 3,000 by 3,700 votes, he will comfortably go back to the constituency. After all, Parliament, even if we win by 1, you have won. Remember Titus Glover, he won with only 3 votes, but he was in Parliament making noise more than those that won with 10,000. It doesn't mean anything. You get my point. So they should have gone back. But the way manner they are behaving tells me they themselves are not confident, and indeed they know that the times are so clear that it is NDC's time, and we from the United Party believes that it's time and everything favors them. But I will send this caution that the National Democratic Congress must note that today that the people of this country are giving them everything in abundance, the day of reckoning will also come someday, where we will be asking basic questions. So in terms of this, the MPP has no chance. I believe that on the 13th, I've read the affidavit. In fact, if they are going to go by what Zaato is saying, the one that deposed to this affidavit, then you could raise issues of fraud. Was it deposed to by Yinam? Then you remember that Yachike is he going to be arrested and based on that thrown to jail? So a lot of issues could come out of it.
Dr. Zaato was making the claim that if Mr. Tanko is claiming that you had over 1,000 people voting in a in a polling station that is supposed to have less than 800, why did the agent sign?
It doesn't matter whether the agent signed or not. It's
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. The fraud says anything. The mere fact that I did not see, and later I realized that someone cheated. It doesn't make it right. When you go to any court, your position will be upheld. This one, you don't need any.
People said that they have trained their agents the best.
It doesn't matter.
It was done at
when Nana Akufo-Addo went to court, you see, per his own logic, per Zaato's own logic, in 2012, that Nana Akufo-Addo took John Mahama and NDC to court. Were the agents not at the various police stations?
But that's why they lost the case.
But what's the point?
No, so they lost the case.
So your point that they shouldn't go to court, it doesn't arise.
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't go to court.
When they went to court, the reason why your case was not upheld was that Dr. Mahmoud.
That is it. Entina chese enkomo didie no de na enye easy, enye better. Because I said enye better. Enye bete endra unim enkomodidi mienu na efiri Supreme Court ba na say endra another conversation bi samba ya na ye nana no tumfo say tutu nana pia o me bodin de kan say me peje me mu nana unim say oye intermediary anaso intermediate edi ma boko eni omunkrofo nsensemi eho abusiafo yewra President John Dramani Mahama emma na dwuma say wonye na dwuma na oyeye no na chese andra ena wose odi report ekoma president no enti andra odi report no ema yewra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na ni na eye boku ensensem ana odi animu anase ogina mfimfini ema brew eni abuduchere abudutoyam eba afanu mienu anase nkofo asebi na omo enya omo ntokwa no ebae obia enya abuduchere na obia kuma to ni yam na eyetu kotwi baby atwere na sebi obia enya ne ho ntiase na we na Kwame Nkrumah tikase aso asi doma hene so Kwame Nkrumah tikase say Domahene sebie buru sebie nya do. Domahene sebie buru sebie nya do. O kan sembie nani anje ho. Domahene si Domahene si se ye brutumfo timi solve boko ne boko issues na obeto sebi live cows mienu edi amano and say live cattle yes enantwie mienu ena yewura Kwame Nkrumah kase kase ada na Domahene kasa sa sebi Domahene wano minsa ana de na ekoso enti otimi bie na no ekasa ansem so wakasa dia ene waso wawie onto ntwini fama na so onto mo no ankasa ni kurumfo domafo kura ayese ni nsem ayemi na meka hu Kwame Nkrumah kase ene edi sansem to dwa na wutie nsem owura we aka no pai na tem didi odi ubadwen ho a wonti ase se Kwame Nkrumah kase no Kwame opeden afiri Domahene ho onna waka na asem ene sa mbe wawie ene watene baby ene obia nsoso ade na peso di mata osan this consensus ebeku nyakuti sansem no eso ginti sen bi yakoba ibeto so mesrew adidi ma nya subscribe hanu remain on about authentic platform big TV ebusuo e7 the best of news intimacy wada subscribe na enkoyenim
enkopim say a substantive matter no that application for certiorari no wo mo betimi rule on na ye kan certiorari no a emrem no ase ne say the high court no kaye no ene wo mo de akoda supreme court say high court no wo mo bonyoso enti wo mo nye wo mo montungu say rerun wo mo montungu an application for certiorari eno wasem ene da ho na ene ye bisa say per the Supreme Court ruling eba yi no e kire se honorable nyindam wada so eye MP ana ona so nye MP bio enkoprim say that substantive matter no court no ebe ruling on eno ne asem a eda ho ba ko enra adikasia koso daily guide de aba Otumfo settles Boko dispute says Azoka is rightful chief na enra Otumfo your presentation the His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e Jubilee House na eno wasem eno so eda ho Otumfo the report no mediation report no ni nyina so the akwakoma mampani ena no na obi a asemwa ba ye ka me kai se yendi ensam ba ye no ni ye ka no se de esitie ye ka yendi nsam no saa na Otumfo sabre ne ewura na nadanko akufo wona ye mampani Otumfo kae na asumdia ba yendi conflict ni mu we ba ye ayi bokun semsem ba ye Otumfo etuni na atiem mampani ma ama se miwura wadama Otumfo somne hwe kama me wo kan wanwie ye na Domahene egina ha se temfa wetinja na te wetinja aya wetimi kasana mema nantwe mi no ma no twe miensa Obeman wo twe miensa Domahene obema Otumfo wo twe miensa na wo ama ofui ensia
Okay, FM 101.
Abwana oyin ojamfra mabasa no eti tese bokun sensem no a na ekoso no Domahene ye ofa ho na munyina ma Ghana obi ate won wa ye din so Otumfo kakura na anya yi a eye de wo batumi am Otumfo na ntwie duru baby ansa no monum a munsuso no man ntraso adai asante fo ye odai ana Otumfo te wono an sorry se wo koka bokon semsem no yendi semsem no president ni se wada uruma kabi mami na de oba mo be yie na usi do ma ho kura te se mensam na temfa bi esi ho eye mawie wotumfo ka asem ni wie a na ntwie na ade be ma no do ma no kuma do ma ma ne nwe na chibi na fa ba o Jack Daniel so adan eti nipa ye kum wo mo oboko no do ma hene ya ofe wotumfo ntimi anka fa ho bai sa ho ya o se de anyi o se dam o yenim oba bi mi mo chi no bia te won waye di ye ka asem na wote do ma ho asa wote yin tutu jegum what is that
ayasem
and obia ntimi nka bi nkyere wo kyese wadwe yo se woni otumfo nya woni asantema na nya woni Ghana man na nya president bi aba ha waba do mada president be na aba waba do mada fa so yeso asma me ka me se fa so yeso adai asantema yo dai ho nyenwene oba bi me mo aje
yani akwame
ayisu aba dankwaku
na ona na ba abechi awu ahu no
dankwaku ye bo odobro ni
Chia me na no wewura sunsum
wante
ndu ahumi akom na ba
enye kwaku nsemo wa bufu bokupa de we esitie
udi wan sere chi ababiri
ena president no akodwa to otumfo se mesraw wodi e onananom ne wo mo uka bia o mbeti na esiga da otumfo ne se tiri
Okay,
mama na ntwemi mama na obama na ofu nso abufu sama kwa ye kum ni para ya ofe enti kaze otumfo antimi anka why dey why you wake up wow nonsense say won betwa ba Facebook no ma bedidi matam but the nipa wo ye na nya ka kire no we are revered judge udim asam aba nipa ewu ka wo man ni e bo oboko no be ka kire wa o ye mbehye mo bamboni biara ye de obeko boko se kone ko boban no daily o man ni tua more not less than 300 cities do man hina ye ofe on odobro ni mwako aba
Baba shi mejoso
mepe and now we na social media fefe me
we sami gufo kasi itimi efu na gina bem na Dr. Despite ni ofurisa for mo friend papa shi ntu akoyi niti me go in interview na mzi na no way you just amayi aso mu ye no meza gina
abu ye yo meza
gina
ni asta difu
ai ya di you know for
kwagwe
no
ayi wonim se FIFA draw no ye no midi mu ntiti mai pa na midi mu to ba bi amoda no
ye na odi ye to hin ye ni hifo
mo ne Ghana Brasters
na die mu ya ye no bedwom ndidi ma na odi wu
ma se me bia wadam you know I'm FIFA eti ya ye bi bia wadam
de mu ye no wadam sese go we draw ai se chacha ye ya na ye de we aka ho na ye de we aka ho
ai kani loto no a obi wa engine room one otimi hu number ne ma obi no ebi no
sir na dia
ba mo ba qualify akọ quarter finals
and yes en ataju fo wa en ya te den de ataju
mo be se Croatia 5-1
hey Even na ngom je we dia uja. Yani a we sha bo ay kura yenyini.
England says snake.
Edru ben ya digo company za.
O ti e dia ya.
Edru ben ya digo.
Wa enna wo de wo de media bre wo frem papa shi no.
Okay,
wasakramia amannyum.
Oba me say nwom ne dia ontimi ngase ma nkrofo mo.
Na didi no so onsesa no. Because papa shi no ma dokro.
No no friend ho papa shi. Nkrofo na friend no.
Oba be ma.
Aha, so no friend ho papa shi. Nkrofo na friend no.
That yi oko delay program na delay say. Papa shi was call me evangelist papa shi.
Eh.
Oba be ma ani yenye no mama shi e.
Because oye bema or say oba that is papa she
say so no friend here no great
na ho be be
oh fine boy
die gina we
ni nyam sem na ho ba ni pedua de obo
o si gina ntrinyi no o se bon sam kakra
e jobofo ni nkwan de na dade na nyefe
na ayi ya akosa Musa mini nyina fi ko ba ko
adana me se me de mi body no ntimi hia na antokwa na mne no kunanu na mne ne kun radio
to ko be na aneko
oh se mi hia na me ka che ni se wa nyaade eno so wonde wo supporto ye maami akosua sai wa na mso supporting her ni de enya mi problem so onu na luma mranti bremu yire a luma ware na wo sa ana ono munam to support na nya problem but na me hwe ni se wasa akoye sofo ni de nka wadamfo wo echi no una se ugina mpraso ndwe
na gwagwe
be ko ba se court case abana na wo him hankidi a na se wa mwa wadamfo
gwagwe winim se asem ni nyina mu no one oni locus
abuja beni bizan so oni locus one ti de obizan
obizan se
so na wo ni lumba wo photo Oh na o karo uni luma foto.
Se wa hwe yo, wa so wa no a.
Lumba buja beni no no ka we gira na wo.
Na me die. Na woni nipa edne to no. Professor Bedu Akosan papa.
Oh sir.
Yes.
So I mamponi.
O mamponi na papa no.
Ai.
Na o the four
wow.
Kwame nkona penso no odi aban.
I see.
Ye fen mampon Akosan. Na ono papa no odi mre. Owo more than 100.
Wow.
Na de na tie nie se obi ba ya wo ho. Na wo sisuna ne ho fa. Obesre papa ne se.
Onwa no man.
One ne wo.
Eni wedi ni mre Solomon. Mambo Solomon.
Se de be ya nimdie nyansa meni ye. E be ba ne fie bi.
Dugo kwa mi hu se.
Ena ne ma wo mu nyina nso no. Over 100 no ohwe obi a.
Kwa mi enu na ma saade na aya na amanfo condemn say we a side chick we a main chick no kwa mi na ya man e dangerous no. Unim say the Bible recognizes youthful marriage, like wife and husband at a youthful stage. However, nyame nyansa mu no akra bia ye wo no se empena ba no nyame an condemn no.
Gabi.
Akra no ye innocent. And kwame it will interest you to notice say some kofo no kra na nyame hira omo.
Yeah.
Aya wonti yankopon ase. He kwame ukọ me YouTube page ahun. Na me catch obi say na me interview Solomon Owusu. Solomon Owusu catch them say
ade a me di dwa be di pele no.
Kwame
Woni ma ro.
David.
Ball a woni mu boyi. Enti wantimi anwo 500 amagan.
Over tukuru.
David too.
Na say ne manzo ba woni na nanu.
David we do atisu wa ahun wa wa magana. Ka tu wa wo 600 kwa say. What you we wa wo 600. I still counting.
Me na go send to go.
Embra sa go.
Osabu wa.
Enti utie nsɛm a Kwame Nkrumah kɛseɛ ɛka na kyerɛ sɛ nsɛm na no ɔhyew ɔno no na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmfa hwee hu utum se Kwame Nkrumah tikese ne bu ofu. In fact, ne bu ofu papa. And minim de yakwati bayira homomu anopa ya. Also esi do mahino so sa no. On so ye panyini na oyɛ saa. Na wo fitagam. Preprejamu yakan preprejamu. Prepejamum. Basana o prepejabum. Basana you are what? Preparing grounds for another war. You are preparing grounds for what? Another dispute. Enti panyini oyesa enye. Oyesa enye de enye. Enti sebi eburu sebi enya ado. Enye fine. Enye fine. Enye fine. Enti sese unim NPP issue no. Aba no ye Kpandai no. Sese NPP for mo ahu sese bi. John Mahama no onye ayo. Onye obi a waji Ghana boso. Sede na Akufo-Addo aye pampe. Ndo mi hu lete bi. Lete na eba montin so na mo kase Akufo-Addo se Sekinofrata eba Ghana ma osere Mahama aban ma o mo nkyere wokotoka na de ndo mi hu rejoinder. Ewo ni page. Rejoinder na kire mu se. Sansem no enye no kware na eye newspaper we need buy. The Herald. Maybe just the Herald for kunye news no wani. It is enye no kware. Okay, man read article na nsi and man read release na nsi de. Ebia wo mu besi wo mo. But enye no kware mu nsi wo mo because ansem hunu ni wo Ghana ha too much. Obi timi sorry na do obi picture to newspaper so na waka ne ho nsem poto na nsi America je omoye ni bi so waje bribe enye ono nko a omoye Ashanti regional minister bi enti za nkofo no mu didi za ne manim no ade na ya mvo mu kokota na musuro mu na mega me na mabo brako manim na se minyanye bibia na odi midini koto so hey ga me no ye betwe ate I'm telling you mfansi you because ade na pese odi sebi adekitu bi be say reputation ama building for so many years ade na pese odi bibi kitu be say reputation we nko ade na do say wanka on see the Herald the Bokrata no the newspaper. They should go on and as they should go forward and sue them. How can somebody be cooking such a fake story about the whole former president? And we are not safe in this country. So I am expecting the lawyers of the former president to take a legal action against this particular, and I say this particular release that came. You people should take a legal action. And yes, I'm some echo so kurumasabi and near Mahu and your matantan echo so kurumado. Aden obia feel so sorry obey o kan asem na me won se mega betina na mabo mitima kan asem da bia me kan na mama evidence me kan na ma show video me kan na mama yakuti me mfa mitirim say emetina na en kan asem because you be reputation. I will never destroy the reputation somebody has built for so many years. It will be the year why be odana me omudi yemi enyamede. So I will never do to anybody. It is a you people should go and sue that person. Tell you comment section in my crown, Papa.